Hey, Nacho Nation. This is Paul, Dr. Nacho. We are at our new location. We just moved in yesterday, Dental Nacho's headquarters. Anybody's keeping track at home, it's at 1500 Walnut on the 15th floor, Philadelphia, PA, because Kate, my office manager and friend, sent us a gift today. So hint, if anybody wants to send us food to welcome us to our new Dental Nacho's headquarters, we will gladly take free food. I'm a dentist at heart and I love free things, and my team, they really love snacks. On Talking Nachos, we have an awesome lineup today. This entire show is designed to help you increase your success, decrease stress, and reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. We're going to share awesome resources, ways to improve what you do, make yourself happier. But even more important than being happier is being less annoyed. So I'm ready for our first guest today. Ariel can bring our first guest up. We're going to learn what people do. We have the awesome Jay from Sunbit, awesome sponsor of our group. So Jay, all these great companies out there, me included, have different names, Dental Nachos, Blue Steel, like from Zoolander. Just orient us. What does Sunbit do in their daily life to help dentists?
Sure. What we do is we provide a buy now, pay later technology that allows patients to get the dentistry they need today and then pay over time. And we do it in a very easy 30-second process. We approve, the technology approves in dentistry about 85% of patients, which is about double the average. So we just make it easier for dentists to get the ideal patient outcomes that they're looking for, and at the same time generate incremental production for the office.
That's awesome, man. We just did a webinar last night about dental implants. And a lot of the questions were, how do you deal with financial objections? And when people see a sticker price, whether it's a car, a house, dental implants, they think, I can't possibly pay all that now. I don't have that in my bank account. I don't have that in my debit account. Let's say I have a $5,000 plan, a dental implant treatment plan for my office. Paul's the patient, I'll be the patient. What does your team do to get Sunbit? How do you get approved? What do you do next? How much does the office pay? Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, no problem. So basically what happened, and what you're describing is exactly the process in which Sunbit works. So the patient does a comprehensive oral exam. The doctor says, hey, it's $5,000. Here's the 5 or 6 different procedures that need to get done. How would you like to pay? And there's about a 5-second amount of panic, right? Because it's a lot of money. Most people don't have that money out there. And so what they end up doing is they end up basically kind of like at a fancy French restaurant doing the a la carte. I'm going to have the salad and I'm going to kind of skip the main meal, which is not good for anyone. So what we do is we provide an iPad, basically the backbone technology, which enables these patients to get approved for financing. So the technology gives them a maximum approval amount, and then they're able to get that dentistry, that $5,000 that they didn't think that they can do all today or over the next several days or weeks. They can actually get that done and then pay it over 6, 12, 18, 24 months.
And then you guys act as the bank, not the dental office. The dental office gets paid right away. Am I accurate with that?
Exactly. The dental office gets paid in full within 48 hours. And then we take the risk of non-payment from the patient. So it's a win for everyone. The cash flow for the office, the patient gets the dentistry they need, and the doctor generally is doing a lot more work than they normally would, because the patient looks at it as really kind of a monthly expenditure rather than, oh my God, it's $5,000. Instead, it's $220 a month.
And that's a good way to put it. It's a digestible amount, to use a Nacho phrase, digestible monthly. Now, dentists, my people, Jay, they like to know how things work. Like if they were at a restaurant, we'll call it Vetri, one of the best restaurants on earth near where I live, they would like to walk back to the kitchen and ask Mark Vetri how he cooks the pasta and maybe give him some advice along the way. Are you sure that much salt, Mark? So our dentist people, they need to know details, okay? So on a $5,000 treatment plan, what's the range in reduction the office pays? 5 to 15, 6 to 20, just so we can understand. You have a $5,000 treatment plan, you're going to get $4,800. I know it's based, you can tell us what it's based on, but tell us a little more about that.
Sure, no problem. So basically we have, we separate the pricing into 2 buckets, which is prime and subprime. So keep in mind, there's really 2 types of financing that's currently out there. There's basically the prime patients, which is generally about 30 or 40% of the population. Okay. And then there's the folks that are subprime, good people, but for whatever reason, had some trouble in the past. And those are the folks that are continually getting declined, not just in dentistry, but everywhere else. So we approve both. we're approving, everyday folks, and the rates are going to be different for prime versus subprime. So for prime, as an example, I can't give out the exact rates because it's a little bit different, but for prime, our rates are actually lower than the leading patient financing provider out there for dentistry today. So it's very, very competitive. And again, we're going to generally, our technology going to double the approval rates. Do you pay a little bit more for the folks that normally would get declined elsewhere? You absolutely do. But keep in mind, Sunbit and our technology, we are taking the risk, and the office is getting those funds upfront immediately. So it's basically, we always like to say is, yes, obviously cost is important. It's very important.
Yeah.
But what you need to be focused on is production. How many people are walking out the door without getting the treatment they need? And more importantly, how many people are not even offered financing in the first place?
Right.
Which, based on our research, is about 80% of people.
Well, what I also want to point out, which I think would be good for your team to share with dentists, is let's just say that we are financing someone that doesn't have any dental insurance and is coming and paying out of pocket. A dental insurance in-network plan could reduce a dentist fee by 20 to sometimes 40%. So what I'm trying to share with my audience, from someone who's been a dental practice owner for 16 years, is we have all kinds of adjustments to our fees for a variety of reasons. Even a simple credit card processing is 2 to 3% adjustment to our fees. Sure. So I think focusing on, I've been around this game for a while. So let's just say we use financing companies, and there might be a 6 to 16% reduction in the fee. That still can be much better than one of your spoiled guac PPO plans that we do. So I think what you pointed out is important, that focus on the production that you're able to do to keep your office going. Now, tell me this, Jay. People can reach out to you, text Sunbit to 215-543-6454, learn more about how to use your office. What's the range of treatment plans that you guys finance the most? Like $1 to $5,000, $2,000 to $10,000? What do you guys finance the most?
Sure. Our max approval is $10,000.
Gotcha.
The average treatment plan that we deal with is about $2,000 to $2,500.
And I think what's important, and I'll share authentically from me, when this came about maybe a decade ago, when I started utilizing financing, I thought of it only for big cases, only for $20,000, only for $30,000. And I unfairly didn't really give those patients the most flexible opportunities. So now I think it's really important that $2,000 to $5,000 treatment plans make up a lot of what we do. And having another avenue like Sunbit to look into is so important. Tell us, Jay, before we wrap up.
Sure.
I'm a dental office. I want to work with Sunbit. Walk me through the process. What happens? Do I do a demo? What's the next step? I'm a big JDD, just do the demo type of person. So what's the next step?
Sure. So it depends what size of office you are. We have inside sales team. We also have a field size sales team for offices 2 locations or greater. So it's going to depend on where you're at in terms of the size. It's generally a very quick process. We would meet with you or do a demo with you. Again, if you're single unit versus multi-unit, we typically would meet with you in person, do a quick presentation, and then get you started. Then sign, DocuSign the basic stuff. And then within a couple of weeks, we get you launched. We come out physically and do a launch. It's very important for us to spend the time and the effort to get you acclimated, get you comfortable. Because at the end of the day, we want you to use the product, because it doesn't do any good if nobody's using the product. We're not
for sure. That's also been one of the weaknesses and challenges of financing in general, is that, and I've been someone who's done it, where I've gotten signed up with a company, I've done this, and we just didn't really put it into place, and that doesn't help anyone. So I really think it's great that you do that. You should bring people nachos. When you get a nacho office, you should show up with nachos there.
I'll tell you what, I'll bring the nachos, you bring the guacamole.
Awesome, Jay. So while we have your sponsored text code, text Sunbit to 215-543-6454. If people wanted to reach out to you directly, or your evergreen website, what would that be?
Sure. You can reach out to my email. I manage our dental practice nationwide. It's jay@sunbit.com. That's sunbit.com. Or you can go to our website, sunbit.com/dental. You can request a demo. We'll get back in contact you very quickly. We're very responsive, so we're happy to hear from your audience.
Awesome, Jay. Really appreciate you being a friend and sponsor to what we do. You're helping people move forward with dental care, which is so important.
Great. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
So right off the bat there, we're talking about money, something they don't talk about in dental school. They charge a lot of money. Don't know why they don't talk about it for dentists, but it's a key part to keeping our practices running, especially in private practice. So I encourage you to find out more, have these conversations, reach out to Sunbit.